Hey everyone, thanks for joining in with this video, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on our podcast service. This video homes in on type B waterproofing and specifically looking at our product Betocrete, which comes in two forms, either a powdered admixture or a liquid admixture. Let's just introduce people to, I guess, waterproof concrete as a whole. What's the history of waterproof concrete in the British market, Steve?
History, I mean, going back in time, history was developed, or waterproof concrete was developed by one particular company, and they did a very good marketing job on it. Almost became the Bic of waterproof concrete, or Hoover, whichever way you want to look at it. And when I joined the industry, there was probably only 2 or 3 admixtures that were waterproof concrete. Now I think there's anything up to 11 or 12. So you can see that the use of waterproof concrete and the opportunity of selection for client is huge.
Yeah, for sure.
They're huge. And they range basically under two formats. One's hydrophobic, and one's hydrophilic, crystalline.
Cool. Could you briefly explain what both those terms mean?
Yeah, certainly. Hydrophobic is basically that their role is to make the concrete as dense as possible.
Yeah.
And by making concrete dense, they're removing all the air out of it. They're then trying to stop any pores from forming and any cracks from forming within that concrete. If cracks do form, unfortunately, they're reliant on the self-autogenous healing, process of concrete. If I can't even say it, where the unhydrated cement, paramorphic cement, will actually activate and seal a crack when water comes through. Whereas the crystalline systems, what happens is that if concrete does crack, and concrete will crack for a number of reasons, crystals will start to grow within that crack and will self-heal. So those with the Betocrete system will self-heal up to 0.4 of a millimetre. But again, reinforcing steel design is absolutely key on this as well.
Great. So regarding, I guess, Betocrete, obviously we introduced it into, I guess, the British market about 18 months ago, and maybe about 6 months ago we confirmed the BBA for the Betocrete system. And what is the unique advantage or unique advantages, I guess, of the application of Betocrete for type B waterproofing?
Well, it's the only one in the marketplace where it's actually got a pore blocker and a crystalline all in one. So effectively you get 2 lines of defence, two methods of repair with the price of one admixture. So the performance on it, the tailored Valenta test that had to be done for the British Air Standard was BBA certificate, I should say, was absolutely was very good. And should give us a good foothold in the marketplace. It's a really positive step forward. It's innovation, which is what ATAL stands for. We want to use the best products.
Amazing. So let's talk about the system as a whole. We obviously offer solutions for construction joints and movement joints, which are a major part of type B waterproofing. Do you want to just discuss that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, invariably what happens or what goes wrong is it's not the concrete that has an issue. The construction joints, if they're not dealt with in the correct manner during construction, they can cause more leaks than any other system, because there can be a direct path between 2 pieces of concrete. So they have to be paid off, retarded, and then the construction joint, hydrophilic strip applied, installed, and then the next pour done. It's a very, very simple operation, but it sort of needs to be treated with an awful lot of care and attention. Get it right. Movement joints, they can be a Very, very difficult thing to do, and I'd always refer you to a specialist with regard to movement joints. There are people out there who manufacture, weld, and will come to site and resolve those movement joint issues for you. Because if a movement joint goes wrong, it can be very, very expensive.
Yeah, for sure. I guess that's where we mentioned people like Ian Price, our technical director, who very closely at things like that. And obviously part of the system is our water bars like Aquafin CJ6 and things that have been developed that has like a 700% swelling capacity. It's incredible, which is utilized as part of the system as well. So let's look at some of the application benefits then for Betocrete. Obviously, in regarding powder, we've got water soluble or biodegradable bags. What's the benefits for people at ready mix sites for that?
It's brilliant because they're easy to use. They're simple to use. It's 1 bag per cubic meter because it's dosed in that way at the Attel factory. So literally, as long as everybody can count to equate to the amount of cubic meterage in the truck, then we're good to go. The fact that it's the bags are biodegradable means that you don't have any issue with any remains left in the truck. And it is so easy and simple to do. We make them in nice handy boxes. I think as well, sometimes we're going to go across the buckets. So we're gonna make life as easy as possible and simple to handle. Always the best.
We've had some good feedback regarding that, because that was a switch we made probably about 4 months ago now, I guess, where they no longer had to measure the stuff on site. We did that obviously in our Attel factory, as you said. We ran tests as well. There's a video online of the tests that we've run for the water soluble bags to ensure that they do obviously degrade within the ready mix truck. And yeah, it was great. It was great fun to record that, actually, to see it being in use. So regarding what we would consider a hand-holding service from original detailing through to installation and inspection, do you just want to run through that for us?
Yeah, one of the key things is the Attel inspection team. They're sort of a very underrated side of the probably of the company. They're not as visible, but they have one of the most key roles because they're out on site. They're our pair of eyes and ears of what's going on, and they're there to assist and help everybody and make sure it goes in right. And they're there during the concrete pours, keeping records, working with the contractors, making sure that the tapes are done, the joints are done, all the membranes are right the way through to the cavity drains at the end, before the finishes go on. So those guys have a key role. Make sure it all happens, and give the client what he's paid for.
Yeah, absolutely. And ensure that warranty can be implemented for it.
Yeah, very much so. We want to issue that warranty. We don't want any reason that the client thinks that we're not doing what we said we would do at the outset.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. I think that concludes this video. Thank you very much, Steve. Who would be in touch with you, Steve? Who would you be in touch with on a daily basis within your role as area technical manager?
Like to talk to architects and engineers and contractors. Anybody who wishes to have a project with some waterproofing on it, please give us a shout. We'll take on any particular role, any particular job, project, and let you know how we can do it and if we can do it, more importantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. So yeah, you hear that. Please be in touch. If you've watched this video, there's lots more helpful stuff online. We'd love just to be in touch and help you with your project and your project's requirements. So thank you very much. See you again.
Brilliant. Thanks, Reece.